Everyone knows the name Africa. It's spoken in classrooms, written on maps, and referenced in music and film across the world. But have you ever stopped to ask, where did the name really come from? Our story begins over 2,000 years ago, during one of the most defining conflicts of the ancient world, the Punic Wars between the mighty Roman Republic and the North African city-state of Carthage. When the Romans finally defeated Carthage in 146 BC, they didn't just claim victory, they claimed the land, establishing a new province they called Africa Proconsularis. This name marked one of the earliest uses of the term. But why Africa? That's where the mystery begins. Some historians argue that the name came from the Latinized version of the Phoenician word afar, meaning dust, fitting for the arid landscapes of modern-day Tunisia. Others believe it comes from the Berber term Ifri or Ifrin, meaning cave, a reference to indigenous Berber people who lived in rocky shelters throughout the region. While we may never know the exact origin, one thing is clear: the Romans didn't see Africa as a vast continent but rather a localized territory, confined to the region near Carthage. As the Roman Empire collapsed, North Africa didn't disappear into obscurity. Instead, it flourished under new powers, particularly during the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars and geographers of the medieval Islamic world continued to use a variation of the Roman name, Ifriqiya. Ifriqiya became a bridge between worlds, linked by camel caravans that carried not just goods but ideas. Fast forward to the 15th and 16th centuries, the dawn of the Age of Exploration. As European powers ventured further into the unknown, they mapped and renamed the world. It was during this time that Africa evolved from a regional name to a continental identifier. Cartographers like Gerardus Mercator and Abraham Ortelius played a crucial role in standardizing the name Africa. Their maps not only charted physical geography but also reinforced European perceptions of the world, cementing the continent's identity in the global consciousness. The colonial era further solidified the use of the name Africa. European imperial powers carved up the continent, often disregarding indigenous identities and borders. They imposed their own systems, languages, and geopolitical divisions, all while using the name Africa as a convenient catch-all for a complex and diverse land. But the name Africa also became a rallying point for independence movements. Pan-African leaders like Kwame Nkrumah and Jomo Kenyatta embraced the term as a symbol of unity, turning a label imposed by outsiders into a banner of liberation and pride.